Okay guys, quick update with Bitcoin. So I want to make sure I give you your key levels to pay attention to. In the previous video, I did talk about this red line. So pay attention. If we hold above it on the daily, that would be bullish. We got a daily open below, so this could turn bearish. Again, this was a support level going back since October. Now that is resistance. That is why in that previous video, if you paid attention, I said to short this area. However, if we get a daily open above and hold, that would be bullish for more upside. So this is a key level to pay attention to. Same thing, guys, it's around 69,100. And as you pull this out, this gets higher. So this is something we need to pay attention to, but I want to make sure that you have your key support levels. We need to check out the H1 chart on the hourly, so we know exactly where price needs to hold for us to expect more upside. If that breaks and becomes resistance, and again, we'll cover that chart, but again, I just want to make sure you know exactly what point needs to hold, and if it breaks, then as I said, your key levels will be down here the next point too long. So we're going to cover that. Also guys, in the last video I said if you left over 1,000 likes I would put up a new video, and damn it, you left over 1,000 likes, so I'm putting up this video. So do me a favor, this video, just make it like 995 likes. When we get to that point, just stop. This way it helps with the channel, and I can have like a 3-day weekend. Otherwise, if it's over 1,000, I'll have to put up another video, which I don't mind, guys. I'm going to keep my word. But we did need to cover these levels. This does look bearish, but again, you still have your key level above to pay attention to. Guys, we get leverage trading. 3 exchanges I use and trust are CoinCatcher, BingX, and BitGet. All those links, if you want to sign up, they are pinned in the first comment description. CoinCatcher is no KYC. Some states in the US, you do not even need a VPN. BingX, you go up to 150 times leverage, and BitGet's a very well-known trusted exchange as well. If you want to learn how to trade on BitGet, this is a tutorial video I put up teaching you how to open a long, short, set of stop loss, gesture, stop loss, trigger orders, all that. Remember, all these exchanges are pretty much the same. Once you can trade on one, you can trade on them all. And they have demo mode. Notice here it says SUSDT. They give you fake money to trade with, to learn how to use the tools, understand how this works, to see how well you've done, how much you would have lost. And then when you feel comfortable with it, you know what you're doing, then you can trade with real money, which I suggest you do that anyways. I'll put this video down if you want to check it out. So in the previous video, guys, I said I would short 69K around that area because there's a lot of resistance. Again, this is key support level going back since October. If we got above it and held support, that would be bullish. But we did just get a wick above, daily candle open below, so that is bearish, at least for now. And again, I'll cover your key support levels. So I'll put this video now if you want to check it out. So we will cover this chart further into the video. I was talking about the H1 chart, and this is important because we need to pay attention to our support level below. If this becomes resistance, we're never going much lower. But I did talk about this level up here. I wish I would have given you that resistance level because that is where we topped out. But I was talking about we kept getting rejected, rejected, rejected. We pushed up. This was a point to short. We pushed up right to this trend line that was support flipped as resistance. That was a point to go short. Obviously, if you watch previous videos, this was a point too long, 66.7K down to 66.1K. We pushed up from there. We did push above 68K. This is currently our resistance. I'll show you on the chart. We did get a rejection at 69.4K, but this is where we topped out and came down. So we're going to cover those levels. So let's go ahead and just talk about the H1 chart here. And again, I did cover this in Discord, guys. Again, remember, guys, these charts are trading view charts. They're live charts. You can load them up on your phone, on your desktop. You can actually save these charts as your own as well. So if you sign up to the website, you get access to not only all of these live charts I'm showing you, but you actually get access to Discord as well. So when I make a post, you can load up that chart and reference it or wait till we hit that point too long or short. If you do want to sign up, guys, the website is opticrypto.com. That link is pinned in the first comment description. If you if you sign up, make sure you email me through the website, get access to Discord. And by the way, someone had left a comment in the previous video asking me to show my ADA chart. I told them I would, guys. I read all of your comments. So I will keep my word. I'll show you your key levels. ADA is a critical support level right now, so good timing for this video. But currently, you can see how this played out. So we didn't quite make it to this point, so this is a key resistance level above. You can see we held above 69, and actually if you see in Discord right here, where I made this post, notice we got our strong rejection right here at 69.4K. We came back down, we pushed back above. This could have been a great scalp short, but this was a key level to pay attention to. As I said, watch for a daily above 69K. Otherwise, if we hold a daily below this point, that would be bearish. So as you can see, we are currently holding resistance at this level here. This is a very key fib channel line. So if we push up, the next point you was short, again, depends when you make contact, it's at an upward angle, around 68.6K. And you can see this is now your key support. And what's important about this, you notice that this held its support in this direction. I have it kind of above it so you can see it. So notice that held its support there. And then when we came down, this was pretty much to the dollar that held a support as well. So that means where these two lines converge is going to make this a lot stronger. So we know 66.5K is a very strong support level. All right, this would be an ideal point too long. Say price just kind of comes down and does something like this. Well, this is a point you'd want too long. And then if we push up, well, the next point you'd want too short is around 68.6K, around that area, depending on you make contact. If we push above that, this is going to be a key level, around 69,650. But remember, if we get daily opens around that price, guys, that already flipped bullish. And just in case we do push above that point, next point scalp short be around 70,440. But just want to make sure you have these key levels on the hourly. If we do break below 66,500, just going by these charts, zooming out, your most key levels I can see on the H1 chart will be let's say 65K down to 64.4K. And the reason for this, and I always tell you guys, always just look left and you can see why. We zoom out, you can see when we came down, I showed this like 2 or 3 videos back, how important this line is. It was a lot of support and resistance, held support once, twice, and then we shot straight up. You can see we came down, we did get some resistance down here. This is also a support level to pay attention to as well. We held support here. But this red line is a very key level. Both of these lines right here. You notice it was resistance, held as support, and we pushed up. So that is a key level to pay attention to. So if we do break below, all right, let's say we keep coming down and we break below 66.5K around that area, that becomes resistance. These would be the next points I would open along. And then remember, that means now 66.5K will flip as resistance. So you have to wait till we get back above that point, and hold as support before you get bullish up to higher targets. But these are the most key levels to pay attention to on the hourly right now. On the D1 chart, and I will show you the simplified version. I did make a post about this in Discord. I put up a simplified version with the most macro important trend lines and showing these rings and the pattern we're in. But just so you can see, guys, so this is a very key level. Take note, this right here, it's a central Bollinger Band on the daily. So that is a very critical resistance level. There's a lot of confluence here, guys. We got this macro, or not too macro, but this level right here has been support since October. We got the little scam wick above, next daily candle open below. So that does look bearish in my opinion. So right now your most critical resistance level above is around 69.1K, around that area. So if we push up, ideal point short. If we get a daily open above, let's say 69.1K, that would be bullish. All right, your next resistance level just above. Take note, it's no coincidence that the top Bollinger Band on the daily is right up around 71K. Yeah, it's around 71K. So that'd be a point too short. But again, if we get daily opens around that area, I think that's bullish. We have a lot more upside. Take note, we're testing the bottom Bollinger Band on the daily right now. And again, that is why these levels I'm giving you right here are so important on the H1 charts. As you can see, there's a lot of confluence. We're testing the bottom Bollinger Band on the daily. So if we break below 66.5K, again, that means we're probably headed down to these targets. Now, if these break, guys, like I said, and I'll break down this again, but this yellow trend line here goes back to the beginning of Bitcoin, this orange one and this red one. So let me give you this target, and I'm going to show you this a simplified version. Again, I put that, again, it's called D1 Simple. But again, I highly doubt we're going to drop straight down. If we did, you're looking at 63K. You know, if we come out here, that's 62.5K. So in the next few days, if we drop down to around 62.5K, ideal point too long, potentially 61.8. You know, I would still be bullish if we hold here and push up. But I have to say, if we get down below this orange, this macro trend line, I would start to get very bearish. So I'm just giving you the key levels to pay attention to. You know, if if we come down, I do know that this line right here will be support. All right, this is the line we've been respecting, but it's out past the ring. So if we come down, that's around 64K. But I do think if we continue down, we're more than likely going to test this ring. So that's why I would pay attention to around 62.5K to potentially 60.5K. Those are your most critical support levels. And if I show you this chart, you'll see why. Remember what I said, guys, we've never crossed one of these blue rings without getting a pump. It happened here, and it's an average of about 30 days. We'll measure how far we are from this ring. We got a pump here, we got a pump here, we got a pump here. So there's no reason to think we wouldn't get a pump there. If we don't, that will be the first time. But as I said, you can see that we are still holding above these three trend lines right here. All right, this is still support, support, support. So we know we have a lot of support below, and if you will take note, this yellow trend line right here, there's a lot of confluence right here. You have potentially our support level right here. Now we won't know exactly what that support level is. There's not really enough to go on right now, but we do know we have this very key macro trend line, this yellow trend line. We also have this ring. Every time we hit this ring, we get a bounce, right? So we have a lot of confluence around this area. So if we drop, an ideal point too long would be around, again, 62.5K. So again, 62.5K, I would long that, and I would stay bullish because we're still holding above this blue ring, which I expect us to catch a bounce. And you have a potential support trend line, and you have, again, this macro trend line. So, but if we get below that, guys, if we come down and we test, 60K, I would long that, but that means now 63.5K is going to become resistance, which to me is still bearish. So we'll have to see how this plays out. But in the meantime, if we break below, again, if we get below 66.4K, next point too long is around 65K to 64.3K. If that breaks, as I said, pay attention to 62.5K because that is going to be a lot of support. But you can see we did break below that support level. That's why I said you might want to short right here. If you did short, you'd have to have your stop loss a little higher or wait till we topped out. But you can see that next candle opened right below this point. So this support, right, has now flipped as resistance, and that's why we can see some downside. But just want to make sure you have those key levels to pay attention to. But again, once we break below these levels, guys, then maybe this is the one ring that didn't play out. We have a lot more. We have a lot more downside. Let me cover. So make sure you have these targets. So let's cover the ADA chart. So this chart I created a while back. I don't have a date on here to show. But if you watch my tutorial videos, I show you how I create these charts. Again, if you go to my website, right here, tutorials, I explain how I find these levels. ADA on this chart only went back to 2018, but I was able to create a very accurate chart, finding the top, finding the bottom, and then using fib channels. So I explained how I find fib channels in different directions, the price action is respecting. Notice that this right here is resistance, right? It was resistance, flipped out support, 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 support. And then you can see, look, this next one was resistance, right? Found support. Notice up here that this became support, resistance. So you can see how well we're respecting this. This was support and resistance going all the way down until we got to this point. So again, this is kind of how I set up my charts, but I just want to point out we're at a critical support level right now. You can see just like this line right here, right, that was held as support and resistance. Well, this is a fib channel line we're respecting right now. You can see how these are all parallel to each other. So we have a double support coming up for ADA, all right? And again, you can see going all the way back. Now we got some wicks below, we came all the way down to this point, but this is your key support level that we're following up, right? So if we move up, you can see it held right here. We pushed up before we hit that point. It was actually support, right here. And we have this line in this direction. So to me, now this is on the daily and this is more for macro, but it looks like we're bouncing down the support level. So your key support level right now, if you want to chance it along here, you could. This is right at, this is what, 41 cents. If we drop down to, let's say, 39 cents by, let's say, the 24th of June, and that'd be an ideal point to open along. If that becomes resistance, if we're down below 39, All right, well, that means we're headed much lower. And that would be your next fib channel line is all the way the hell down here. And that is going to be down around, depending on when we make contact, around 23 cents. That being said, if we do push up, your most critical resistance level above is up around, depending when you make contact, is around, 70 cents. And then your most critical resistance level above that is up around, 93 cents. But what's great about these charts is since I took the time to map out the direction of price, once you get access to these charts, what you can do is I already have, again, I've already mapped out the direction. So what you can do is you can just draw, let me show you what I'm talking about. You can just draw a trend line, like this, follow the fib channel line already set. You can bring this down and take note how price respects these. If we bring this down right here, you can see how now, and I'll keep this on the chart, I'll actually update it, but notice how right here, it was resistance, right? It was resistance. Once we broke above it, we pushed up. Notice it became support, right? Support, we broke it. So if I leave this on the chart, which I'm going to go ahead and save it now. Remember, these are live charts. When I update them and save it, you see the changes. So that means your resistance level just above. So if we push up a 0.2 short ADA, would be right at around 45 cents. If it's further out, this could be around 46 cents. But your key support level to pay attention to is down around 39, let's say 40 cents. If we keep pushing up that line, if this holds, then more than likely we'll start pushing up. But same thing, guys. You can do it with the lines at this angle here. You can actually extend you can move these out. I don't want this video to run this long. I just want to kind of show you how you can do this. You can pull this line out, and you can see that's why. Notice that we got rejected right here, right? We got rejected here. That's probably why this wick came up to this point and we got stopped out right there. Or that's where price stopped and came back down. But you can take this line that I just drew, right? Copy, paste, move it up to where you got rejected, and you can see that this was also support and resistance. You can see right here, a lot of resistance right here became support. A lot of support, resistance. As soon as we hit this point, we pushed up. You can see it was, we did get pushed above a bit, got rejected right here. So again, if we push above, let's say we get above 45, and next this level to pay attention to would be 53 cents. I'm so used to Bitcoin, it's hard to, I'm not used to mentioning these prices. But again, that's just kind of how I create the charts. I map out the direction of price, and I put fib channels within those key macro support and resistance levels at multiple angles, and this gives us these targets to watch. And I kind of update these charts as price goes along. But the most important takeaway from this, I didn't plan out this chart very well, but all I want to point out is your most critical support level below is around 40 cents down to around 39 cents. As long as that holds, expect some more upside, but that means your resistance level is now going to be up around 45 cents. That'll be point to short. If you get above that, well, your next point to pay attention to is around 53 cents. You get above that, well, you know that this is going to be a very strong level up here as resistance. But it looks like if we drop down to around, let's say 39, 40 cents, that'd be an ideal point to long. If we get below this, this holds as resistance, ideal point to short. But again, I have charts for ETH, Theta, Solana. I just wanted to load this ADA chart up since someone asked me to, and I said I would. But guys, I think that pretty much covers it. Just remember, if we break below 66.5K and that becomes resistance, pay attention to 65K to 64.4K. If that breaks, you need to pay attention to the D1 chart. And again, 62.5K looks like your next critical support level to long. And as I said, I will be going long every time we hit the blue ring and every time we make contact with either this yellow trend line, orange trend line, or red trend line. And again, I did add that chart on the, it's called D1 Simple if you don't get access to it on the website. But guys, again, if you want to get your leverage trading, 3 exchanges I use and trust are CoinCatch, BingX, and Bigot. If you want to sign up, all those links are pinned in the first comment description. If you get access to these live charts in Discord, all you gotta do is email me through the website or just sign up directly through the website. That's it, guys. Trade safe, trade smart. I'm out.